Hello guys. Welcome to my channel, Best Relax Meditation Music. Here you will find the best music for relaxation, meditation and learning. Today in this video we will talk about samurai, about their origins, when they appeared, about the code they respected and the weapons they used. If you want to know some interesting facts about samurai, stay with us for these few minutes. If you're interested in samurai weapons, I've made a list of samurai swords. Katanas, which in my opinion are the best. So please check the links in the video description. Who were the samurai? Samurai were fierce warriors who spent most of their lives in wars in ancient and medieval Japan. They lived by the rules of conduct in combat and the rest of their lives. Some samurai became shoguns. Shoguns were the title of Japanese military dictators for most of the period from 1185 to 1868. Mostly appointed by the emperor, the shoguns were usually the de facto rulers of the country. Samurai were primarily military men who fought and died for wealthy landowners or military leaders, who were called daimyo. The translation of the Japanese word samurai means one who serves. The more general word for these warriors was bush. The code of practice of these warriors became known as Bushido. Bushido's 8 virtues are rectitude or justice, courage, benevolence or mercy, politeness, honesty and sincerity, honor, loyalty, character and self-control. Bushido was influenced by 2 religions from China, Confucianism and Zen Buddhism. Zen training allowed a samurai to become one with their sword, and the free and spontaneous mind gave them the mental edge over their enemy. Zen meditation calmed the mind and gave a warrior philosophical strength to deal with their inevitable death. Samurai also often served as shoguns. Those who did not serve any master were called ronin. What weapons did the samurai carry and use? The samurai were capable of using a large number of, including weapons, spears, bows and arrows. But the most favorite weapon, next to the yumi bows, was the sword. At one point, samurai were the only members of society allowed to carry a sword. Every sword had to be tested. To do so, the owner of the sword could execute the criminal. This allowed the warrior to test the sharpness of the sword. Fighting with swords, making swords and caring for swords became an art in itself. Bushido is known as the path of the sword, or the path of the warrior. The most famous Japanese sword is the katana. The katana is a Japanese long sword used by samurai warriors. It is the most important sword of the 3 swords carried by the samurai: katana, wakizashi and tanto. Katana was popular from 1400 AD until 1876, when samurai were abolished as a social class. In Japanese, katana means a long sword and represents a blade, which is slightly curved, with one edge and a very sharp tip. There are several types of katanas. Work, old katana, nahanto. Sharpened katana, shinsaku, shinken. Modern katana designed for training iaido and iajutsu, iaida. Decorative festive katanas. What are the most important parts of a katana? In Japanese, the scabbard for a katana is referred to as a saya, and the handguard piece, often intricately designed as an individual work of art, is called the tsuba. Other aspects of the mountings, koshire, such as the minuki, decorative grip swells, habaki, blade collar and scabbard wedge, fuchi and kashira, handle collar and cap, kazuka, small utility knife handle, kogai, decorative skewer-like implement, saya lacquer, and ito, professional handle wrap, also named amaka, received similar levels of artistry. Not only were the samurai skillful warriors, but they were also expected to be highly cultured and literate, to be skilled in the harmony of fighting and learning. An ancient saying aspired to by warriors was bun bu ryo do, the pen and sword in accord, and it was common for samurai to enjoy calligraphy, tea ceremony, poetry and music, and to study. What did the honor mean to the samurai? The samurai were very honorable and loyal warriors. After a defeat or a samurai who has been disgraced by not following the bushids, the samurai must perform a ritual suicide, which is called seppuku. For a samurai, death was better than no honor. In seppuku, samurai cut their stomachs before the enemy could capture them, in case of war. In Europe, this ritual is often replaced by harakiri. Harakiri means cut the belly. In other words, harakiri refers only to the act performed by seppuku, and not to the whole ritual. Seppuku was considered a more honorable death for a samurai than an enemy captured. Another reason for committing seppuku was the death of daimyo. With this ritual, the samurai managed to show how loyal he was to his dead master. There were periods when seppuku was banned, but there were still samurai who committed it. The clothing, actions, and responsibilities of a samurai warrior reflected these attributes. Samurai were allowed to fight anyone who did not show them proper respect. The samurai led their lives according to the code of ethics of the Bushids, which translates as the path of the warrior. It means loyalty to one's master, self-discipline and respect, ethical behavior of visitors towards enemies on the battlefield. When the samurai lost his master, also called daimyo, he became ronin. Samurai also had a recognizable way of dressing. The samurai dress was recognizable. The usual kimono formed the bottom layer. Hacks spread from the waist down, which opened up to half a foot, facilitating movement and fast action, as well as the presence of the always-present sword belt. Above the waist the samurai wore a sleeveless vest, which had winged shoulders. Also, samurai have chosen characteristic colors for their clothes. One of the most famous samurai was Minamoto Yoritomo. He was the founder and first shogun of the Japanese shogunate Kamakura. He ruled from 1192 to 1199. His Buddhist name was Bukasho Gendaizenman. He was the husband of Hojo Masaka who acted as regent, Shikken, after his death. Defying the emperor, Yoritomo established shugo, stages, and jita, district administrators, throughout the Japanese provinces, thus undermining the local administrative power of the central government, and in 1192 he gained the title of supreme commander, shogun, over shugo and jita. Next to him the famous samurai were Ashikaga Takauji, Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Thanks for watching this video. If this video was useful to you, please like and share this video, and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in samurai weapons, I've made a list of samurai swords. Katanas, which in my opinion are the best. So please check the links in the video description.